VP told me not to look at my job being offshored as a job lost, but an opportunity gained. Worked for a Fortune 500 company for over 2 years and I absolutely loved it. I worked hard, got amazing performance reviews, took on extra projects, cross-trained in other areas, networked internally for the next role I wanted, and basically did everything right. I found out the team I was on when I first started was being offshored. I was incredibly sad for them and it really started to change how I looked at my company. And then my new team found out we were being let go a few months later. Someone from my first team managed to land a job on our new team after first layoff rounds were announced. So she had to go through this process twice. She says this has changed her into a very bitter person. All of our jobs were being moved to India and Mexico and we would be responsible for training the people replacing us. They stated over and over again that it was all for efficiency purposes. Well, that just didn't sit right with me. How is it possible that all of this complication leads to better efficiency? Even worse, all the internal roles I was networking for were being offshored as well. So I set up a meeting with the VP of our department to seek clarity. Not that I was expecting it, but even I was surprised at how cliché her answers were. People at banking jobs were really upset when the ATM came around cause they were worried about losing their jobs. But we forget that those ATMs also create new jobs for people to service them, etc. Never mind that the banker losing their job probably wouldn't be qualified to do that, but okay. And then she hit me with such a laughable answer. I don't know how I kept myself from smiling. Try not to look at this as a job lost, but an opportunity gained. Every job you have gives you more tools to add to your toolbox that you can bring to your next role. Quote, I asked how I was going to bring those tools to a new role when all of the roles I was qualified for were being moved overseas. She didn't have an answer. This experience was the kick in the ass I needed. I have a job and manager now that I really like, but I will never go above and beyond for a company again. Why not leave before the training started? Remember, corporations don't care about none of your reviews mean a thing when it comes to their stock price. You had to train your replacements? That right there sounds like a recipe for some extremely petty revenge. Opportunity for what? Poverty? I suppose if you're training your replacement you can always train them wrong, so there's that. I don't think that's what the dude meant. Not that it matters because that asshole still has his job, doesn't he? The sad part is that the efficiency is all on paper. It's just on a spreadsheet for people who have no clue how the business actually operates. The reason they do layoffs is because it's easy to quantify how much money is no longer being paid to someone's salary, but incredibly difficult to quantify how much was lost through hiring, onboarding, training, and everything that slipped through the cracks due to lost institutional knowledge. It's the stupid buggy whip argument. Why keep people making an old product when there's new technology? Except now, it's the same product but the technology is exporting your pay rate to a second world country. I spent years at my old job going above and beyond. I got put on a PIP twice. Technically 3 times. For my troubles. Within 18 months of leaving, my pay was doubled. A coworker finally got a management role after 25 years there. The irony is that managers call your termination an opportunity but consider your resignation traitorous. Been there. Done that on offshoring, layoffs after 16 years with a Fortune 500 company. Not only were a few guinea pigs offered the opportunity to train the new folks in India, they had to update vaccines get passports and pre-adjust their work schedules before going to prepare for a 12-hour time difference. Glad I wasn't asked to help. getting punched in the face and calling it an opportunity to heal. People at banking jobs were really upset when the ATM came around cause they were worried about losing their jobs. But we forget that those ATMs also create new jobs for people to service them, etc. Never mind that the banker losing their job probably wouldn't be qualified to do that, but okay. And it's a false equivalency. If each bank laid off only 4 people because of an ATM install, that's still only 1 new job for 4 lost, and any ATM tech probably has like 20 or so machines in their region. So it's actually like 80 people losing for 1 gained. That's actually the value proposition of automation. It's never ever 1 for 1. I see how the VP sees an opportunity gained. Let's trade since it is so great in the VP's eyes. The offshored workers can be VP, and the VP can chase the amazing opportunity. He is an idiot. We have purposefully trained him wrong, as a joke. Never, ever train your replacement when you are being laid off. Train the new employees badly. Capitalism overrides nationalism. Unless your career is location locked, say a restaurant or a paramedic or police or some such local physical work, you are in competition globally with everyone. Better have those blogs, LinkedIn, YouTube, social media and all of that up and running so you can be hired globally. The curse of capitalism. I wonder if she would or will see it the same way when she is replaced. An opportunity for them to make more money. And I wouldn't bother training anyone. If you're not good or efficient enough for the job, you shouldn't be teaching people how to do it for substantially less. Dunno what you're expecting from a corporation. They exist to make money for their shareholders. You are just a tool they use until they don't need to anymore. While what the VP is saying is true, doesn't mean anything when they are showing you the exit. Your replacement training creates new opportunities for others. I'd collectively walk off the job that's asking you to do this. Outsourcing is a blessing for some and a curse for others. Everyday American and European companies are trying to outsource more and more jobs. They get cheap labor and a decrease in quality, but they get bigger gains, so for them is justified. For the countries where your job is outsourced, the workers are not your high school graduate. Most if not all of them are university students or fresh graduates from the university, and they are trying to get a job that pays more than min wage, and these jobs are perfect for it. They just ask you to have an English level of B1 or above and you can get a job that pays 34 times the min wage of your country. Less working hours than the normal job, as they don't have a 85 megafarads jobs available for them, or if it's available you need at least 3 years of experience on the field or have a PhD. It is not just the English language. There are outsourced jobs for everyone now. In my county, where you can find bilingual and trilingual call centers left and right, you can get a job right away knowing English, but if you know any of these languages to a decent level, you can be paid more than 59 times the min wage. French, German, Portuguese, Chinese, Japanese and so on. For a lot of people this is a really good industry, and the government has noticed this and they have started to invest on getting more bilingual workers for CX and IT professionals to get more investments from these companies. For now, I don't think that the outsourcing industry is gonna stop unless the lawmakers from your countries try to block these companies somehow. Work for a software, AI company that can automate those roles sent to Mexico and India. Bonus points if you could include your old manager's role as well. That's how you leverage your previous experience into a new and better role.
If you enjoyed this video, Please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.